Hi there, this time I bring you a rook versus a bishop endgame. Now all I had to do is stay off the dark squares with my pawns and my king and my rook. So that's pretty easy because what I've seen is a grandmaster play like that. That's how I saw a grandmaster play it. Is he just kept off his opponent's coloured square bishop squares. So here we go. Let's have a look how I played this. I'm just going to run through this. I'm going to make this reasonably quick. So here we already, for black, attack the a2 pawn. So here's my starting point, a6. Now everything except for my rook is on the light square. White could play e4 but didn't. So this is good because white's actually helping me by playing pawns onto the dark square where my rook can ping that a3 pawn easily, but I'm not about to do that. I'm just going to play b5 and hold this position, just like hold this position till dawn. Behind the pawn, not in front of it. It's best to get behind it. There's no real defense here, so we take it. So now white has 4 pawns and black has 5, and all my pawns are on the annoying square for white squares. Often in this sort of situation, one can play ahead of moves a little bit. Rook c3 with the idea of a5. Okay, so if b a5, then rook takes bishop. But mainly I'm going to be centralizing on the idea of centralizing my king and also inhibiting white's king. And white's king is already inhibited from entering into these squares here, aren't they? Okay, so white cannot go to f3 or h3, and if white ever plays e4, which is going to lose a pawn anyway onto a white square, by the way, then this rook is going to be covering white's 3rd rank and black's 6th rank. So that's going to make it even more impossible for white's king to escape the predicament of being stuck on the corner. And with this pawn on b4, my rook can sit there just about the whole game if it likes. And I can just move my king up here onto the white squares, jump around on the white squares, and I can start looking at checkmates down here once this rook comes down here to check. So anyway, moving on, let's have a look. So I retain my stronghold on the white squares, and thereby the bishop's just an onlooker, even though my rook's not particularly doing much at the moment. And here is where my opponent resigned, because they've just thrown in the towel because they go, I can't defend all my 3 pawns from being captured eventually, or checkmate.